up? I'm excited. Hey, what's up? This is Rob Roy, the Plant-Based Prepper, and what you see here in front of you is my 1991 Suzuki Sidekick 4-wheel drive automatic 2-door. It's been sitting for the last 4 years because the transmission went out, started slipping, and I just have not had time to fix it, and I didn't want it to sit anymore, so I took it to a mechanic instead. They resealed the engine, the transmission, changed the RG valve, and they also said it needed shocks. But after I put 4,000 into it, I said that's enough. Took it home. I'm going to do the shocks myself today, and they were right. They do need to be replaced, and I cannot take it off-roading until I do. Let me show you what they look like back here. They are completely rusted, but there's no bushings in it, so it just moves around. So I'm going to do the back first, and then I might as well do the front. So I got the parts at AutoZone. They were about 60 bucks per shock, so I spent about 240 bucks on them, and I saved me some money by doing it myself. It looks pretty simple. All you need is 2 jack stands to put under the frame, and then you need a jack for the axles so that you can lift up the side here without having to compress the spring. Just use the jack instead. Should go pretty quick. Let's get her done. This is all I use for the back 2 jacks to replace them. I used 2 jack stands. I used a 9/16 wrench for the top bolt. This I use with a 13/16 for the tires. I always loosen them first on the ground because sometimes even with that they don't come undone, and then I have to put it back on the ground. So I used a crescent wrench and a 17mm right here for the bottom bolt of the shock. Just loosen these nuts right here. Oh, that's pretty easy. This bolt was loose. Look at it, just was moving around. Bushings are all cracked, weathered. This bolt came off pretty easy. It wasn't even tight, so I just unscrewed it with my hands. This one right here is tighter, and if you need to know, it's a 17mm. Pretty easy. I didn't have a problem with strip bolts or rusted bolts. Came out pretty easy. This thing is in bad shape. Oh look, they keep this thing on there for you, compressed, so it makes it easier to get on right here. That's good. So I can put it right here, put the bottom one in, put this, and then take this thing off. I'm just going to push up. need to bring this down up a lot more. It's good. All right, let's take a look at this one. See it's loose here, and just have to do the top now. Alright, the only thing you have to remove from the top is this one bolt right here. So let's take this off and it should just fall down. Okay, this is probably a 19mm, but I just grabbed a 3/4 and it fits it perfectly. So I'm going to use 3/4. Okay, yeah, it's coming off. Pretty easy. Now it's coming off by hand and it'll just drop through. Save this just in case I need it again. Okay. Now I'm just going to pound it through. There she is. Come on. Really? Just from that rubber? Stupid rubber piece up here? There, a little bit. There it goes. Alright. Just getting up there. There. That was a pain. Alright, so now that one here. Top one. The brakes still look good, but look at how rusted it is. To the top and we're done. This one has a lock nut, this one doesn't. Kind of want the lock nut on it. There we go. All right. Oh shit! I got to get the clip back on. For the front shocks, these are the tools I use. Now, I'll explain why. Of course, just a mallet so you can tighten things, loosen things by hitting the ratchet, right? I use this to loosen the lug nuts again before I raise the tire. And then, what else? Screwdriver, there's a clip that holds the brake line that you need to pop off. So I use this and this just to try to grab the clip. It was pretty simple. And I have, again, a 17mm for the bottom bolts of the shocks for the struts, and then I used a 3/4 for the top underneath the hood. I also used a crescent wrench to hold the other side of the bolt, and then I used this for leverage because the bolts were too tight, and I just stuck it on the end and then pulled it, and I loosened it very simply with some leverage. So you just need something to put on the end of a ratchet and pull it. And my air tool. That's all I use. Very simple. So I'm just going to do this one. I'm not going to video every angle because I did that already with the other ones. So you get the idea. Let's get it done. It looks like on the driver's side I have to remove this air filter. It's in the way. It's a 10mm. It's just two. You know what? Let me jack it up. All I have to do is jack it up. Yes. All right, I'm done replacing all 4 shocks. Now the final test. Let's go off-roading and take it for a test drive. See how smooth it is. Gonna do the streets first, and then we'll go up this trail right here and see how it handles. What a difference. The ride is so much smoother. It doesn't bounce around so much. I haven't been up on this trail in over 4 years because my Sidekick has been sitting. I could go up there if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do it by myself. That's one thing I don't do, is take a big risk by myself. If I had somebody with me, then yeah, I would do it. But I haven't been up here in a long time. This trail goes all the way around to Silverwood, and I'm not going to do that today. I'll plan another day. We'll see, another weekend. I got too much to do this weekend, but happy, very happy with this. I can show you the shocks right now because it's up on a hill, at least the front. Right there, and then some in the rear. Another thing that I'm worried about and why I won't take it too far is because these tires were brand new, but they've been sitting for 4 years too. I don't know if they're going to crack and pop on me, so I have a spare, but I did not bring my tools. I don't want to go too far right now until I have somebody with me for recovery if I need it. Got a vehicle like this because it's small enough to hit these trails instead of a RZR, and it's street legal. And in case of a SHTF situation, we can get in here and we can go places that a lot of other people can't. And I also have a truck. I can tow this when we go camping, set up my rooftop tent in my truck, and then we have this to kick around and go trail riding or go into town if we need to, because that way we don't have to lower our rooftop tent every time and leave camp that way. Good to have. They don't make them like this. 1991, one of the older models. Easy to work on. 2-door, so it's smaller. The hardtop, it comes, whoa, I almost slipped. The hardtop comes off and it's a convertible. I need to get it painted. I'm gonna take all the flooring out on the inside, all the carpet, and put some, what's it called? Some Rhino bed liner instead on the bottom. Do it that way instead of having carpet. That way I can wash it out when I need to. All right, till next time. Stay healthy, stay safe, and just keep prepping.